Hey guys, it's I am back again, and this is going to be part 2 of my L'Oreal collection. These are all going to be this type of L'Oreal. These are actually the more common ones that we get in Australia, like if you go to the pharmacy or whatever. These are generally what you will find on the shelves, which are these little 5ml bottles. Not hugely expensive, but for how much you get, they do seem a bit pricey. I will start with the two toppers that I've got from. This one is the Top Coat Flower Bohem, or Boho Look is the other name it goes by. It is a clear base with pale pink tiny bar glitters and hex glitters, and then white matte flowers. The flowers can be a little bit tricky to get out. That's what it looks like on its own. It is meant as a topper. I mean, that's why it's called Top Coat. This is what it looks like over black. It is, it's pretty cool. I actually quite like this one. This is, I'm pretty sure, 2 coats. And as I said, it can be a little bit difficult to get the flowers out because they're like really, really huge, but that's not uncommon for a top coat like this. So this is Boho Look. And then we have this one, which is called Hello Captain, which is their top coat Siren. It is basically holographic shards with blue tiny glitters and blue hexes with a bit of holographic in them. Yeah, it's got a fair bit going on. That's what it looks like on its own. Again, it is meant as a top coat. And over black, this is what it looks like. I think it might almost look better if you put it over something like a white, because the blue hexes get lost in the darker base. But it is super pretty, and there is actually a bit of a pinky purple flash going on in there as well. So this one is Hello Captain. I also have the clear. It's called Parisian Crystal. It is just a clear polish, which, it does actually have its uses when you're doing things like nail art, or if you're making decals or something like that, you can use a clear polish. But that is what that is. It's just a clear, and its number is 000, which happens to be the emergency call number in Australia. And then we have Opera Ballerina, which is basically the colour of a leotard. It's a super duper pale pinky colour, slightly towards cream, but I think it's supposed to be pink. A little bit on the sheer side, but it's pretty good. It's not too bad. Yeah, just a fairly basic pinky nude kind of colour. So this is 101 Opera Ballerina. And then we have number 208. I'm not sure whether I'm getting it up the right way in the camera. This is So Chic Pink. In the bottle, this looks a little bit sheer, but on the nail, it's actually pretty good. The camera is showing it very orange, from what I can see. It is kind of a fairly deep coral kind of colour, even though it's called So Chic Pink. It's more towards coral than it is towards pink, in my personal opinion. But this is So Chic Pink. And then we have Dating Coral. This is more of an orange-based coral, compared with So Chic Pink. This one is So Chic Pink. This one is Dating Coral. So you can see the difference between them. This one is a lot more pinky, but they are both corals, basically. This one's formula is not quite as good as So Chic Pink. It's a little bit more patchy, a little bit thinner, but it is still a really nice colour, especially in Australia. We're sort of coming up to summer, so this is a good kind of summer colour. Not that I ever do summer, winter, fall colours personally. This one here has probably one of the best names of any L'Oreal polish that I own. This one is called Sex on the Peach, and it is basically a peach. It looks really badly separated in the bottle. Clearly been sitting on the shelf for too long. I have actually worn this one. It's actually pretty good considering how light this actual colour is. And for reference against Dating Coral, you can see it is considerably lighter than Dating Coral. But again, they're in sort of a similar tone. These three together would probably make a really interesting gradient. So, but this one is Sex on the Peach, which is number 306. And Dating Coral is actually 305. So they are next to each other on the chart for L'Oreal anyway. So that one is Sex on the Peach. Next we have number 404. This is Scarlet Vamp. It is a really dark, vampy red. It is, however, like, it's a jelly. It's completely still see-through. I'm pretty sure this is 3 coats, and you can still see through it. It's perfect for something like a pond mani or a jelly sandwich or something like that, because it is very much a jelly type polish, if you like that kind of thing. So this is 404 Scarlet Vamp, and most of these ones I believe are still available, even if you have to go onto like L'Oreal's website. Pretty sure I've seen most of them on there. This one is 409. This one is Hypnotic Red. This is a darker red than Scarlet Vamp. You can see them next to each other. This one is Scarlet Vamp. This one is Hypnotic Red. This one is more brown, or almost plummy in tone. It is also, the formula is a little bit better. It's a little bit more pigmented. It's not a jelly. That said, it is still not completely opaque on 2 coats, at least on my swatch sticks. It isn't. Probably not such an issue on the nail. So this is 409 Hypnotic Red. And then we have 504. This is Insolent Magenta. This is a very bright pink with a sort of purpley blue shimmer to it, which I'm not sure you'll actually be able to see. It doesn't really translate very well onto the nail. It's more obvious in the bottle that there is actually shimmer in it. It is actually really beautiful, and it is one of the best formulas in these that I've actually got. Could just about get away with just 1 coat with this one. It is really, really nice. Quite like this one. So this is Insolent Magenta. We have number 702, which is a basic black. This is a Black Swan. It is just a black. It is a 2-coat black. It is not a 1-coat black, unfortunately. But it is still pretty good. And none of these have got top coat on, so what you're seeing is actually how they perform. So these are all pretty shiny, which is nice if you don't want to put a top coat on, which, you know, if you're not planning on wearing them for too long, you might not need a top coat. So this one is 702 Black Swan. Then we have number 805, which I consider to be a must-have polish for everybody if you're going to get a L'Oreal polish. This is Mysterious Icon. This is seriously an absolutely gorgeous polish. It is, it's kind of really hard to explain. It kind of has a pinky purple base with lots and lots of shimmery goodness in it, which is kind of a dark bronzy gold, if that makes any sense. It's just really, really gorgeous. It might not look like much on the swatch stick, but you get it on your nail and you just don't want to take it off. I know, because that was a manicure I wore for a couple of days because I really, really liked it. And this has a terrific formula as well. I'm pretty sure you could get away with one coat, but you know, do two just for shits and giggles. But this is 805 Mysterious Icon. Then we have my biggest disappointment in this line. This is 829. This is Atomic Purple, and in the bottle, look at that, looks absolutely gorgeous. This is 2 coats. It dries matte, but it is also sheer as buggery. Like, it's the weirdest thing. It reminds me a lot of the Revlon line that I really, really hated. Give me a second. The Just Tinted line by Revlon. It has the same finish, kind of reminds you of colouring your fingernails in with a texture and then it kind of like rubbing off a bit when you're at school. It is so disappointing. It's so beautiful in the bottle, but it is basically not very good. It would probably work for a pond mani or a jelly sandwich or something like that, if you can be bothered going to all the trouble with it. So that is Atomic Purple. And then we have another couple of glitters. We have 836. This is Scarlet Tinsel. This is 2 coats of it on its own. It is super duper textured, complete pain in the butt to get off your nail again unless you use a glitter base coat. It has kind of gone weird in the bottle, but it is still, it just needs shaking. It'll be fine. Okay, give it a shake and she's fine. This is a really, really good glitter. It is super packed. Probably 3 coats and it would be completely opaque. There's a few patches in there, or sponge on the last layer and you would get full opacity. So this is 836 Scarlet Tinsel. And the last one I have in this line is one of my favourites again. This is 842. This is Sequin Explosion. This is packed full of hex glitters in different colours and sizes in a clear base. It is meant as top coat, but you can get it opaque on its own. This is actually 2 coats, so if you did a third or you sponged on the 3rd coat, you could get it completely opaque. It is going to be a complete pain to get off unless you use a glitter base coat, because it is just full on glitter. And this here is basically 1 coat over black. It might be 2 coats over black, I can't remember what I did, but it's a sequin. It really is a sequin explosion. It is just full on glitter, and it is really, really cool. So this is 842 Sequin Explosion. So that is it for my little L'Oreals. I will be back with my bottles like this, which will be in 3 parts because I have quite a lot of them. So I will see you in my next video. See ya!